I'm here at HPE Discover in Madrid, and I'm here with Jerry Nolan. And operational services is something that I feel like is kind of newer to the HPE portfolio of services. Can you explain what that is?
Absolutely, Jake. So operational services is an area of services within HP which really focuses on making IT simple for our customers. It's broken into three main categories. First category is all around support. We support individual devices all the way through to the complete environment for the customer. And the environment can include not only HPE hardware and software, but also multi-vendor. So support is one big category. Second category is all around what we call management services. And management services sort of goes a step beyond support and allows us to take on the monitoring and operating of the customer's environment on their behalf. So we can take away a lot of the routine, mundane admin and operating tasks like doing upgrades or patches or firmware, doing backups. There's a whole menu of choices that can be customized customer by customer. So that's management services. And then the third category is something very visible here in Madrid, is GreenLake, is all around consumption services, where we can package up on-premise consumption-based solutions for a customer. All the hardware, all the software, all the services can be implemented at the customer side and then charged on a monthly basis based on their usage. And that usage can be, for example, in a backup scenario, we can charge based on how much backup. So for example, we can charge you for how many terabytes of backup, and that can go up or down on a month-to-month basis. For a Hadoop deployment, that can be the size of your cluster, so the number of nodes in your cluster. And again, that bill monthly basis can go up and down. So support, management services, and consumption is what makes up operational services.
And then when I've talked to some other folks about the HPE Pointnext offering of services, they talk about kind of like 4 journeys that the customer goes on. How does operational services fit in with that context?
Great question. So you may be familiar with the last couple of years we've had multiple spin-offs. So our outsourcing business, Enterprise Services, went to CSC, and they created a new company called DXC. And then HPE Software split off and brought their services with them to Micro Focus. So what's left is a very large suite of capabilities in HPE, and we rebranded that and call it HPE Pointnext, and that brand was launched earlier this year. And within Pointnext, you've got 3 pillars, which really follows a customer's life cycle on their journey to transforming their IT. So on the first pillar, you've got what's called advisory services. This can be anything from helping customers develop their strategy to refining an existing strategy if it's not working. They can also be developing proof of concepts, doing business case development. So advisory is all about the strategy, helping customers decide what their desired state is, how they're going to get there, building a roadmap. And then the second part of the life cycle is called professional services, and it really follows the industry definition of professional services, so a suite of capabilities around implementing the solutions, integrating those solutions, migrating from legacy to those new solutions, so a whole variety of different capabilities. And then the third category is operational services, which is my area, which we just talked about. So you got those 3 pillars, advisory, professional services, and operational services.
Very good. So within that context, can you talk about some examples of customer success stories that you've had with operational services?
Absolutely. I'll refer to a couple of recent ones. A couple of weeks ago, I met with a customer in the US, entertainment company, actually in the casino business, a place I never frequent myself, but casino business, they've got a base of casinos that they own. They're acquiring new companies. They're trying to execute a transformation strategy that they have to get to the hybrid scenario. But acquiring all of these companies brings lots of challenges, right? Because they're bringing in legacy systems, they're bringing in whatever skilled resources that come with those companies. So they're challenged with this growth, this getting time to focus on their innovation strategy, because they keep acquiring all of these legacy environments. So it's a challenge for them. So what we're doing with that particular organization is helping put in place a support framework we call data center care, and that brings together like a single point of contact for all of their vendors, so they can work just with HPE. We can behave as basically their single point of contact to support their entire environment, both HPE equipment and the multi-vendor aspects.
I was going to say, because that was going to be my question, is it just HPE equipment, or is it all equipment?
It's all equipment. Anything in their environment is, from an IT perspective, we have relationships on the back end with Dell, IBM, Oracle, VMware, so we can basically take on the responsibility and take that away from them, which frees up their resources to focus on executing their strategy. So that's one example, and then another more recent one here in Europe is a company out of Dubai who own a suite of properties, and they are on a fast growth trajectory. They again are trying to execute a sort of a cloud-first strategy, but they have a real challenge just keeping the lights on. Like many organizations, they have a large base of legacy technology. They're trying to move to hybrid cloud, so private cloud, public cloud, deciding which workloads should be resident on-premise, off-premise, and it's a real struggle for them. So for that particular organization, we're implementing a combination of our data center care framework, which provides them the 24/7 sort of assigned team. We support the whole environment, but we're going a step beyond and bringing in our management services capabilities. So we're now monitoring that environment 24/7. We're taking on board a lot of their mundane operational administration tasks on their behalf, and that frees up their people to go ahead and execute this move to to their new strategy. And it's working out great for them, and they keep extending. They've just extended that agreement to cover. Initially it was just the HPE environment. Now they're extending that. They're so happy they're going to extend across all their vendors. So Veeam and Microsoft, all their other vendors are coming under HPE's responsibility, which is good for us and good for them.
Those are two great examples. Thanks, Jerry.
Thank you.